Hello everyone guys, welcome to another Southeast Television broadcast. I'm your host Xavier Sencio, and today we're watching this fantastic duel between the Manatee Hurricanes and the Southeast Seminoles. This is also the first varsity baseball game of the year, so I'm quite curious to see how this game's going to play out. And in my opinion, I think that the Southeast Seminoles are going to absolutely slam ball on the Manatee Hurricanes today because of our great team that we have. So I'm quite curious to see how this game's going to play out. So with that in mind, really quickly, our starting roster that we have today is number 2, Jaden Gimez, number 3, Emmanuel Jepez. I apologize if I'm saying the names wrong. Please excuse me. Number 4, Enrique Patillo. 5, Adrian Beltran. 8, Daniel Martinez Jimenez. Again, I apologize if I say the names wrong. Number 9, Brian Herrera. 10, Anderson Gonzalez. 11, Joseph Perez. 12, Jensel Hernandez. 15, Franklin Rosa. 16, Connor Strubble. And 21, Jamie Torson. And a quick shout out to our staff, Bobby Dixon as our assistant coach and Shed Stevens as our head coach for the baseball varsity team for Southeast High School. So as we're also getting started off, the Manatee Hurricanes starting people are going to be number 0, which is Austin McKee. Number 1, Peyton Hova. Number 2, Grayson Renault. And again, I apologize if I'm saying the names wrong. Number 3, Joe Fanisa. Number 4, Brian Rodriguez. 5, Bam Gartman. Number 6, Ashton Hova. 7, Copper Richardson. And number 8, Jordan Roberts. And most of these people, by the way, are juniors, sophomores, and seniors with the recognition of a couple of freshmen. All right. And all right, so it seems like Manatee will be starting off the pitch here. They'll be one batting up first. We are currently in inning 1. The score starting off is 0-0. And number 8, the one that's batting off, is Jordan Roberts, who is currently a senior in the Manatee division. All right, strike 1 for number 8. Manatees are having a little bit of advantage here. However, it is just literally the first pitch, so anything could go wrong. But we do like the Manatees losing and Southeast Seminoles winning. Strike 2 for number 8. One more strike and he's out. All right, number 16 is getting ready. He throws, and that's a strike. All right, number 16 is getting ready. Number 16 being Berman Grutner, and I apologize if I say the names wrong. Number 16 throws. And that's a hit from the Manatee Hurricanes. Number 8 makes it to the first base, and that's an out. That is an out. Nice catch, Knowles. All right, and now next person that's playing up here for the Manatee Hurricanes. If I can get a clear angle here. Nope, I cannot get a clear angle. So and that's a foul ball. All right. Number 16 gets ready for the pitching ball here. Preparing. Number 16 throws. And that's a ball. All right, number 16, Bremen Gunner, and I apologize if the names are wrong. Bremen Gunner, by the way, is a catcher and he is a pitcher who is currently a junior. I think if number 16 can really keep up these high-level pitches, I think he could really win, not only give Southeast here a really strong advantage, but I think he could really give Southeast a great start considering it's only the first inning. And currently we have 2 strikes right now, and it's 1 ball. One more strike, and he's out. Throws the ball. And he's out. One more out, and that's a switch for the Noles. Number 16 here is really helping out the Seminoles with their pitching. So if they can keep this up, Seminoles are bound to switch that out, and they can start scoring points like patty cakes. Number 16 pitches, and he hits. Number 6 is running, made it to base 1. Number 16 is running to base 1. He runs, and he makes the second base. The Manatee Hurricanes now have a person on second base. Number 6, Ashton Hova, who is now a senior.
Number 4, Brian Rodriguez.
And the next person that's batting on the Manatee Hurricanes end is number 4, Brian Rodriguez. And I also apologize for the confusion. Number 16 for the Southeast Seminoles is actually Connor Strubble, who is currently a junior. That is my fault. And strike from the Manatee Hurricanes. All right, number 16 prepares himself, getting ready to pitch. Connor is focusing in. Number 6 is already running it and gunning it. Oh, and he's out. Oh, wait, no, not out. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry, no, I apologize. Number 6 is actually safe and made it to third point here. Seems like Manatee will start off the first inning here with 1-0. Oh, and that's a hit from the Manatee Hurricanes. And that makes it 1-0. Oh, that's an out. He's out. And now the Southeast Seminoles are switching. The Manatee Hurricanes are now pitching, and the Southeast Seminoles are on the strike. All right, so now Southeast Seminoles are getting ready to pitch. Not ready to pitch, they're getting ready to strike things out. I'm really curious to see how Southeast Seminoles are going to pull this off, because now that they've got the 3 outs that they needed to get it into their striking position, I'm curious to see who's going to be striking first, and I'm also curious on how the game strategy is going to be for Southeast Seminoles. And honestly, based off of how this performance just went for Southeast, I'm fairly confident that Southeast Seminoles can not even just make a comeback here, folks, but Southeast Seminoles can really give them a leading advantage, considering that we're only in the first inning already. And considering what we're doing, I think Southeast Seminoles are really going to hone in their energy, and they're going to pull something off here. And for what it seems like here for the Southeast Seminoles, number 15, Franklin Rosa, who is currently a senior, is going to be the one that starts off the pitch for the Southeast Seminoles.
Coming up to bat first, number 15, Franklin Rosa.
And up next to bat is number 4, Enrique Pacho, who is a sophomore. Number 15, Franklin Rosa, will be batting to start off for the Southeast Seminoles. All right. That's a strike. Number 11 from Manatee Hurricanes, Malicia Chelto. And I apologize if I pronounced the names wrong for Manatee, but they are the ones that are going to be pitching, excuse me. And that's strike 2, or ball 2, excuse me. That's another ball. That's the third ball right there, folks. Number 11 is focusing. Nope, that's another ball. And that is now a strike. 2 more of these, and he's out. And that's a hit for the Southeast Seminoles. Number 15 is running, he's gunning, and that's an out. Up next to bat is number 4, Enrique Pacho from Southeast Seminoles.
Next to bat is number 4, Enrique Pacheco.
Pacheco. And he's got his own theme. Ooh, that's a strike. And that's another strike. One more strike and he's out. So number 4 has to really focus here. And that's a hit for number 4, Enrique. He's running, he's running, he's running, he's running. And that's a second out for the Southeast Seminoles.
Next to bat, number 10, Anderson Gonzalez.
Number 10 that's up next batting up is Anderson Gonzalez, who is a freshman.
What did I miss?
Let's see what Anderson can pull off here. That's a ball. Anderson's playing it strategically here. Oh, foul ball. Although that was a pretty good hit from Mr. Anderson. Anderson is focusing in. Number 11 is ready to pitch. Throws the ball, and that's a ball. And that's a strike. And that's out. And now the Southeast Seminoles are back to pitching, and the Manatee Hurricanes are out to striking. Honestly, I think that Southeast Seminoles here, from what I've seen just by this alone, and now for those of you that are also tuning in, we are currently in the second inning. It is currently 0-0, no game. But generally, though, I think that right now, in my opinion, I think that the Southeast Seminoles can really pull this off if they get more faster, if they run fast enough, because not only were they able to hit the ball consistently, the issue is that they are not running fast enough to get from first point to second point safely. But other than that, though, their catching is good. They're able to get that strategic point that they need, because, I mean, look at what they did in the first part of the inning. They got Manatee Hurricanes out by just that one catch by itself, and they're keeping the score 0-0. So they're technically giving them that advantage, and if they play it like this, they could actually get extra innings into the end of the game if that was necessary. But generally, though, I think Southeast Seminoles can really pull this off if, A, they play the exact same way that they did in the first inning, but also I think if they do end up striking out the Hurricanes and they switch it back to where they're now striking, I think that if they run fast enough from first point to second point quick enough, they can evenly spread out bases 1 to 3 with enough people, and they can start building that pressure on the Hurricanes to where Hurricanes are going to have to play like change up their gameplay, if that makes sense to you guys, for those of you who are just turning in. And all right, just a little quick reminder here too, guys. A little shout out to our staff here, or our people who are our coaches. Shout out to Bobby Dixon, who is our assistant coach for Southeast Seminoles varsity baseball, and Shed Stevens, who is the head coach for the Southeast Seminole baseball team. All right, and the person that's going to be pitching for Southeast is Connor Strubble, number 16, who is a junior. And number 10 will be the guard, who will be catching the ball.
Next to bat, Cooper Richardson.
All right, so number 7 from Manatee Hurricanes, Cooper Richardson, will be playing and will also be striking for the Manatee Hurricanes on the second part of the second inning. And number 16, for those of you who are just tuning in, Connor Strubble will also be pitching for the Southeast Seminoles. And that's a foul ball. Ooh, and the coach actually caught it. Number 16 regathers his thoughts, and as he's getting ready to go, he's preparing himself to pitch the ball. Number 16 is getting ready. He's focusing in. Number 16 throws the ball, and that's a ball. Nice job, number 16. Number 16 prepares himself again. All right, Connor pitches the ball here. Ooh, and that's a foul ball, again, by the Manatee Hurricanes. Nice job, Connor. All right. Connor will be going out here, pitching the ball. As Connor's getting ready, he is also preparing himself. Connor pitches the ball. And that's a third foul ball in a row by the Manatee Hurricanes. Nice job, Connor. Absolutely creating pressure on the Manatee Hurricanes. And honestly, if Connor can keep this up, the not Manatee, but Southeast Seminoles are going to be pitching the ball and striking points in no time. Number 16 prepares himself. Connor pitches the ball. And that's a hit from the Manatee Hurricanes. Number 7 makes it to first point. And number 7 will be staying on first base. And up next for the Manatee Hurricanes, from my position here, is number 10, Xander Arias, who is a senior. My apologies. No. I thought I can't see it. My apologies. It's not number 10. Ignore that. Number 16, a.k.a. Connor, throws the ball, attempting to strike him out, but unfortunately didn't work. Although, good attempt there, Connor. Connor pitches the ball, and that's a foul ball right there for the 4th time in a row. And the person that's pitching for, actually striking for Manatee Hurricanes is number 17, Lori Edwards, who's currently a senior.
Lori Edwards.
Right, so Connor is going to be getting ready to pitch here. Connor's considering the fact that number 7 from Manatee Hurricanes could be running around. Attempts to strike him out, however, didn't work. Number 9 with a good catch here, a.k.a. who's also Brian Herrera. Nice job, who's also a senior. So Connor will be getting ready to pitch. Pitches the ball, and number 7, wait, from my angle here, he makes it to second base. I can't see the person's jersey. Number 7, Copper Richardson, makes it to second base for the Manatee Hurricanes. Connor gets ready to pitch the ball here. And that's a hit for the Manatee Hurricanes. Is that a home run? Nope, that's an out! That's an out, baby! He's out of here. Nice catch, guys. Fantastic catch. That was generally an awesome catch. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. If the Southeast Seminoles can keep this type of pressure up, this type of pitching by number 16, and this strong defense from Southeast, there's no way that not Southeast Seminoles, that Manatee Hurricanes will have an easy win at this. Connor pitches the ball, and that's another hit for the Manatee Hurricanes. And now it's 1-0 for Manatee Hurricanes. All right, so for those of you who are just turning now in, it is currently 1-0, Manatee Hurricanes being the 1 and Southeast Seminoles being the 0 currently. However, our defense could change the game here in a little while because of how number 16, a.k.a. Connor Strubble, has been pitching. Connor pitches the ball. Is that an out? Or is it? Nope, that is unfortunately triple. And now number 18. Now number 18 for Manatee Hurricanes, and another person I cannot see from here has made it to second and third base, potentially making it up to 3-0 for Manatee Hurricanes. However, but Southeast Seminoles do have a shot of making or breaking the game now, because now we have one out.
Jaden McKenzie.
And next up pitching is Jaden McKenzie from Manatee Hurricanes. However, Connor's pitching could change the game here in a little bit, so let's see how this could change out. Throws the ball, and that's a foul ball. Nice job, Connor. Number 16 pitches, and that's a ball. That's the first ball of the inning. So number 16, Connor, gets ready to pitch the ball. Throws the ball in, and that's another ball. One more ball, and strikes are going to start piling up. So number 16, again, Connor is going to get ready to pitch the ball here, getting ready to throw down. Number 16, Connor gets ready to pitch. He's focused. And he throws the ball. And that's a third ball. Now strikes are going to be piling in for Manatee Hurricanes if they do not strike the ball or hit the ball at all, which could easily turn into Seminoles' favor if they start striking out more people. So number 16 gets ready to pitch. Throws. And that's a hit by the Southeast Seminoles. Manatee Hurricanes. Now that makes it 3-0 for the Manatee Hurricanes. However, I do believe that this could easily change into the Southeast Seminoles' favor here.
Malachi, number 11.
And next up on Manatee Hurricanes is Jordan Roberts for Manatee Robert. All right, so Jordan Roberts will be pitching for the Manatee Hurricanes, and will continue it at Connor, who will be pitching for the Southeast Seminoles. So Connor's getting ready to pitch the ball. He throws the ball, and that's... I can't tell if that's an out or if he is safe on here. So he is safe. Now Manatee Hurricanes can get 4-0 and still in the second inning here. So 16 pitches, and that's a ball. Number 16 throws it.
Come on, Connor.
Number 16 gets ready to pitch the ball. Okay, Connor. Connor's getting in position. Connor pitches. And that's a strike. Nice job, Connor. Connor will be ready to pitch the ball for the second time. Connor gets ready to pitch. He shoots. And that's a ball. So now strikes are going to be starting to pile in for the Manatee Hurricanes. This could really turn into the Southeast Seminoles' favor if Connor can start pitching out number 8, Jordan Roberts. And that's a hit. Oh, and a fumble by number 5. Now making it 4-0 from Manatee Hurricanes, 0 Southeast Seminoles. And number 8 has made it to the first base. And up next, number 1 is Peyton Hova for the Manatee Hurricanes.
How about him, Peyton Hova?
All right, so number 16, Connor, will be getting the pitch again. And keep in mind the number 8, Roberts. And Robert is safe. Now successfully making it to the second base for the Manatee Hurricanes, potentially making it 5-0. And Connor will be getting to pitch in, who's also number 16 for the Southeast Seminoles. 16 pitches, and that's a ball. That's the first ball of, I'm pretty sure, this one. 2 more balls and strikes will be starting to pile in on the Manatee Hurricanes. So number 16 gets ready to pitch. He pitches, and that hits him right in the leg, giving Manatee Hurricanes a free base. And number 9, that'll be playing for the Manatee Hurricanes, is Ryan Youngs.
Number 9, Ryan Young.
Wait.
How about him, Ashton Hovda?
My apologies. I can't see the jersey numbers from here, so it's hard to see the player numbers. But number 6 that's striking for Manatee Hurricanes is Ashton Hova, who is a senior for Manatee Hurricanes. Connor pitches, and that's a ball. And he is safe, successfully making it into the third base. And for those of you that are just turning in, currently we are in the second inning, and the score is 0-4, 4 being Manatee Hurricanes. It's probably about to be 5-0 if, and only if, number 16, Connor, can pitch out the person at third base. Connor pitches, and that's a foul ball. Pushing back Jordan Roberts back into third base. All right, so Ashton gets ready to strike down against Connor. As Connor gets ready, he pitches the ball, and number 10, Anderson Gonzalez, does not catch the ball, so now we'll be pitching again. So Connor will be getting ready to pitch in, and Ashton will be getting ready to strike. So Connor gets ready to pitch, focuses, and shoots. And that's a hit from Manatee Hurricanes. I don't even know where the ball, actually the ball went out, so foul ball. Yep, that's a foul ball. Nice job, Connor. All right, so Connor will be getting ready to pitch the ball against Ashton. Connor pitches the ball, and that's another foul ball. Actually, no, it's not a foul ball, and now that makes the scoreboard 0-5. Hopefully the Southeast Seminoles can strike out the Manatee Hurricanes and make it an out. Who's even playing? All right, so Connor will be getting ready to pitch. Connor gets ready to pitch the ball here, preparing himself. Number 16 hits the ball, and that is unfortunately not an out. Out, just like that for number 6. However, now it is 0-6, I believe.
Up to bat next, number 4, Brian Rodriguez.
And the person that is playing for Manatee Hurricanes is Brian Rodriguez, number 4, who is a senior, as an INF and is a P. Number 16 pitches, and that's a ball.
Go, Connor.
So Connor prepares himself to pitch up against number 4. Connor prepares himself. And he pitches. And that's a second ball. All right, so one more ball and strikes are going to start to pile on number 4 here, which could give Southeast an actual advantage and could potentially switch the striking point for the Southeast Seminoles. So number 16, Connor pitches, and that's a third ball. So now strikes are going to start piling on number 4, which could turn into Southeast Seminoles' favor. Connor gets ready to pitch against number 4, preparing himself. Connor pitches, and that's a strike. 2 more strikes, and he's out. So number 16 gets ready to prepare himself for the second pitch. Pitches the ball, and that's a hit for the Manatee Hurricanes. Number 4 is running it. Number 4 makes it to first base, and unfortunately that is not an out. And number 4 makes it to second base now, potentially pulling up more points. Good job, Connor. Nice try.
Next to bat, number 7, Cooper Richardson.
All right, and the next person that's playing up for the Manatee Hurricanes is number 7, Cooper Richardson, who is a senior as an INF. All right, so Connor gets ready to pitch against Richardson. Connor pitches, and that's a ball. 2 more balls, and it's already strikes coming in. All right, so number 16 gets ready to pitch. Connor gets ready to pitch and ready to strike out the Manatee Hurricanes. Throws the ball. That's a second ball right there. One more ball and strike's about to start piling in for the Manatee Hurricanes. And that's a foul ball. I believe now they will be starting to strike. So Connor gets ready to pitch the ball here. 16 gets ready. Throws the ball. And oh God. Okay, that went over the roof. However, that was a foul ball. Another foul ball. Another foul ball. I believe that is the second strike. One more strike and he's out. So Connor gets ready to pitch the ball that can potentially strike out Manatee Hurricanes and making one more out before they can switch and finally start striking. Connor throws the ball, and that's a strike. He's not out.
Come on, Connor.
Okay, 16 throws the ball. And that's another ball. So now one more strike, and he's out of here. All right, so now Connor can potentially throw the ball and actually not make a difference, but potentially get the third out that they need, and now switch points for the Southeast Seminoles. Throws the ball, and he's out. No, I'm sorry, he's not out. Number 7 now gets successfully moved to the first base.
Let's go, Southeast.
And from my
Next at bat is 17, Lori Edwards.
And from my understanding, number 17, Lori Edwards, is playing for the Manatee Hurricanes. And now number 7 is on the first point, or first base, excuse me. 16 pitches, and that's, Anderson unfortunately does not catch the ball. And Ashton has now made it into second base, potentially making it 0-7. And for those of you that are just tuning in, currently right now, Manatee Hurricanes are winning 6-0, 6 being the Hurricanes and 0 being the Southeast Seminoles. Southeast Seminoles could easily tip in the favors of them being able to start striking. And that is gone. That's in the stadium type of gone. But as I was saying, currently now we're in the second inning, 0-6, 0 being the Southeast Seminoles and the Manatee Hurricanes. However, in my opinion, I believe the Southeast Seminoles can potentially pull this off if Connor can successfully strike out and pull off enough balls and strikes on number 17. Ooh, and that hit him in the shoulder. That gives him another free base. Number 4, Brian Rodriguez is now into third base, and now Manatee Hurricanes.
Number 10, Xander Arias.
And number 10, Xander Arias is now back into pitching. This is the second time he's been into this field. And now the Manatee Hurricanes have every player at all 3 bases now potentially making it to 0-9. And if they somehow make a home run, maybe even 10-0. Oh, and that's a strike. 2 more, and he's out. And that's a hit from Manatee Hurricanes. Number 10 is running it. That's 2. 2 make the point. Number 4 and number 7 make it into home base, now making it 0-8.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Keep your heads up. Let's go. One more.
Next up is number 18, Matt Francesca.
And number 18 for pitching for the Manatee Hurricanes is Matt Flanesca, who is also actually a freshman who's made it to the varsity team. So good job. And it seems like here that currently there is a timeout here on the play, and that Manatee Hurricanes are not only worshiping their current lead, but but Southeast Seminoles are planning how to do this, and they actually just switched their pitcher. So number 4, Enrique Parecho, is going to be pitching, also formerly known as EJ. All right, and as you guys are tuning in on here, currently we are still in the second inning. It is currently 0-8. Currently now Southeast Seminoles has changed their pitcher. Enrique Parecho, or also formerly known on the street, EJ, is now going to be pitching for the Southeast Seminoles. And I'm curious to see how the Southeast Seminoles here are going to play differently in terms of the new pitcher, because I believe that their new pitcher could potentially bring new opportunities to the table. So Enrique.
Next batting is number 12, Jaden McKenzie.
So Jaden McKenzie will be pitching for the Southeast Seminoles, not South Seminoles, but Manatee Hurricanes. And Enrique now gets ready for the pitching again. All right, Enrique gets ready to pitch again. Gets ready to throw down. Throws the ball, and that's a ball. Good job, Enrique. As number 4 gets ready to pitch again. Getting ready here. 4 pitches the ball, and that's a second ball in a row. Nice job, Enrique. And honestly, I believe that if the Southeast Seminoles can really keep this consistency going, I really think that the Manatee Hurricanes are going to be forced to switch their gameplay here if Enrique can keep this up. Pitches the ball, and that's a third ball. Now strikes are going to be piling on, and if Enrique can strike him out, that'll be the out that they need, and they'll be switching tables or switching sides. And now number 18 gets at first base here, and number 4 gets to be pitching. And number 12, Jaden McKenzie, is going to be pitching for Manatee Hurricanes. Ooh, foul ball. All right, so Enrique is now getting ready to pitch again. He is also currently a sophomore, just a little heads up. Number 4 pitches, and that's a strike. All right, and number 4 gets ready to pitch again. Enrique gets ready to throw down the ball. Pitches, and that's a hit for the Manatee Hurricanes. However, and that's an out! Now that's a second out for the Manatee. Actually, nope. Southeast Seminoles are switching. Nice job, Enrique. And now I believe that switches us to the 3rd inning. I might be wrong. No, it doesn't. We're just switching points here. However, now we got 3 outs, so now I'm quite curious to see how the Manatee Hurricanes are going to play up against now that they are no longer striking, but rather pitching, and now the Southeast Seminoles are going to be striking. And number 9, Brian Herrera, is going to be
Up to bat is
batting
number 9,
for
Brian
the
Herrera.
Southeast Seminoles. And I'll say it again, number 9, Brian Herrera will be batting for the Southeast Seminoles. And that's a strike. So number 11 gets ready to pitch. Number 9, that's another ball. And actually, he is striked out. And number 5, Daniel Martinez, will be now batting for the Southeast Seminoles. I apologize, Adrian Beltran will be batting. He is also currently a junior for the Southeast Seminoles. He'll be batting for our Seminoles. That's a ball.
Up to bat is Adrian, number 5.
So Adrian will be batting the ball for the Southeast Seminoles, and as he prepares. And that's a strike. So now Adrian will be getting ready to bat. And that, oh. I don't know if that hit his bat or if that hit his hat. No rhyme intended, but he's getting ready to bat up again. Throws the ball, and that's another ball. One more ball, and Adrian will be starting to get strikes. With 5 pitches, and that now strikes are going to start getting piled up on him. And actually, he is now striked out. And number 16, Connor Strubble.
Number 16, Connor Strubble.
Connor Strubble will now be batting for the Southeast Seminoles. All right, so number 16 will be batting, and that's the ball. And that's another one. And that's another ball. And those of you who are just tuning in, it is currently the second inning, 0-8, 8 being the Manatee Hurricanes and 0 being the Southeast Seminoles. Southeast Seminoles just turned over their turning point, are now batting, and hopefully can get some points here against the Manatee Hurricanes. And currently, number 16, Connor Strubble, now is getting strikes now. That was his 3rd ball, and now he's on his 1st strike. Connor prepares himself. He hits the ball, and now Connor makes it successfully to first base. And now number 12, Janshel Hernandez will be batting for the Southeast Seminoles. Nice job, Southeast. All right, so number 19, but I apologize, number 12, Janshel will be batting for the Southeast Seminoles, and a no! My apologies. That is, unfortunately, a foul ball. However, a great hit by Janshel. If he can successfully pull it off, Mr. Hernandez will surely be able to get another person on the base here, maybe even get Connor onto the second point, or second base. And that's a ball. All right. Mr. Hernandez prepares himself, and so does Connor. Now that's the second ball. However, I believe that Mr. Hernandez can easily strike out the ball, not strike out the ball, but hit the ball successfully and get Connor to the second point or even more. Even get Southeast the first point. And oh, another foul ball, unfortunately. However, I believe that Mr. Hernandez can hit it. Mr. Hernandez just has to hit it at a certain point on the bat, and if he can concentrate, he can hit it like Connor did, and he can make it. Oh, that's another foul ball. However, he's got one more chance. He's got this. So Mr. Hernandez gets ready to bat. And he hits it. And Connor makes it to second point. And now, unfortunately, the Manatee Hurricanes will now be switching to batting, and the Southeast Seminoles will be switching to fielding. And those of you that are just turning in, it is currently now the third inning. It is now 0-8, 8 being the Manatee Hurricanes and 0 being the Southeast Seminoles. And so far, Connor was able to make it to the second base so far, and was able to actually get the ball far enough to the field where he can successfully get some leverage for the Southeast Seminoles. And now we're getting a new picture here. Number 4, Enrique Parecho, who was pitching last time when the Southeast Seminoles were fielding. And your guarder, or your person that will be catching the ball, is number 10, Anderson Gonzalez, who is currently a freshman catcher. All right, so as we're heading back into this third inning here, from my standpoint, which I can't really see who is batting, number 8 from the Manatee Hurricanes, Jordan Roberts, will be batting for the Manatee Hurricanes, whereas number 4 will be fielding for Southeast Seminoles, aka Enrique Parecho. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the names. And that is a hit for the, actually no, that's a foul ball, unfortunately, fortunately. And that actually counts as a strike, so 2 more strikes, and number 8 is out of here. All right, so Enrique will get ready to patch. Mr. Enrique patches, and that's a ball. 2 more balls and strikes will start beginning to pile on number 8 from the Manatee Hurricanes. And that's another ball from the Southeast Seminoles. 1 more ball and strikes are going to be putting on Mr. Jordans. So Enrique getting ready to field the ball, pitching, throws the ball. And now strikes will be getting ready to put on Mr. Jordan for the Manatee Hurricanes. However, I do believe that Enrique could strike out Jordan if he throws fast enough. And that's an out. Number 5, Adrian Beltran was the one that caught the ball and was successfully able to catch the out. Good job, Mr. Adrian.
Number 1, Hayden Hayden.
And number 1, that will be batting for the Manatee Hurricanes is number 1, Peyton Hova, from my standpoint, who is also currently a sophomore. And Enrique is still pitching. Only 2 more outs, and the Southeast Seminoles will be switching to batting. And just a little heads up for you guys that are just turning in here, the batting people, aka the Southeast Seminoles, currently have Connor at the second base. And currently now, Manatee Hurricanes have 1 ball on themselves. And that's another ball from Manatee Hurricanes. Nice job, Enrique. Enrique throws the ball, and that's another ball. And number 1 will now run to the first base, for the Manatee Hurricanes. And the person that's going to be batting up for the Manatee Hurricanes, if I can get a clear picture here.
Up to bat is number 6, Ashton Hayden.
And number 6 that will be batting is Ashton Hova. And I apologize again because I cannot see from this point. And unfortunately number 1 is running all the way, and he is safe. Number 1 has successfully made it to third base for the Manatee Hurricanes, potentially making it 9-0 for the Manatee Hurricanes and 0 for the Southeast Seminoles. All right, so Enrique gets ready to pitch the ball here and field the ball down to the Manatee Hurricanes. Number 4 gets ready to throw the ball here. Enrique throws, and that's another ball. Nice job, Enrique. Enrique gets ready to pitch again. And Manatee Hurricanes hit the ball here. Let's see if it can be an out. Is it an out? Oh, unfortunately, no. And now Manatee Hurricanes make it 9-0. Person that successfully scored for Manatee Hurricanes is number 1, Peyton Hova. And now number 6, Ashton Hova will also be there. The double brothers, double trouble. And a quick shout out to you, for those that are tuning in, Bobby Dixon, who is our assistant coach for Southeast Seminoles baseball team, and Shed Stevens, who is the head coach for the varsity baseball roster. Thank you guys very much for your support. We don't know what we would do without you. All right, and Enrique will still be pitching currently, and Ashton Hall is on the first one. Ashton has successfully made it to the second base, and he is safe. All right, Enrique will once again be getting ready to pitch. Enrique gets ready to pitch. Throws the ball, and that's another ball. Nice job, Enrique. 1 more ball, and strikes are going to start getting piled on. All right, Enrique will be getting ready to pitch the ball down. Enrique prepares himself. He throws the ball, and that's another ball down to the Manatee Hurricanes. And from my point, it seems like Manatee Hurricanes are going to start getting strikes piled onto them if they do not hit the ball. However, that would give them first base. Enrique shoots, and that's another ball. And number 6 is safe, making it to the third base. And now number 4 gets to go to the first base, getting a new player onto the
Number
base.
4,
Manatee
batting up
Hurricanes now
next is
having
Brian
at least
Rodriguez.
2 players in the whole court, now having at least 2 people on 2 different bases at once, which gives Manatee Hurricanes a large leverage against the Southeast Seminoles. However, I still think that Southeast Seminoles can really pull this off if they play their cards right. And that's a ball.
Let's go, kid. Find the song. Come on.
Enrique is doing a very good job. I'd like to make a little note here. Enrique is doing a very good job on actually pitching the ball itself. He's striking out and making a lot of consistent throws. So I really think if Enrique keeps this up, I think that, in my opinion at least, I think that Southeast Seminoles can really have a winning shot here, in my opinion. All right, and back to the game. Enrique pitches the ball and catches it again by Mr. Anderson, who's a freshman. So currently, it is second ball here, and Southeast Seminoles have 1 out. Only 2 more outs, and we switch fields. And that is another ball. And actually, I apologize, that is another strike. 2 more strikes, and they are out of here. Number 4 pitches the ball and catches it by Mr. Anderson. And number 7 gets to go to the first base. Number 7 being
Next up is 17, Laurie
Copper
Edwards.
Richardson. And number 17, Laurie Edwards. Number 17, if I can get a clear angle here, number 17 will be able to pitch here, Laurie Edwards. We're pitching for the Manatee Hurricanes. And we're actually switching pitchers for the Southeast Seminoles. And it seems like see here the coaches are discussing who should be the pitcher for the Southeast Seminoles since Enrique now has to switch. And honestly, in my opinion, I feel like, if I'm going to be completely honest, I think that the Southeast Seminoles still have a shot. It's that, I feel like they're not throwing hard enough based off of this, but I feel like it's consistent. Enrique is doing really good in pitching out the Manatee Hurricanes. If I even want to commentate on this, I feel like Enrique is doing an extremely good job at pitching, but I feel like the problem is that the Manatee Hurricanes are not going to give in, and they're not simply going to try and swing. I feel like if they want to get strikes out, they have to throw hard enough to where, like, they strike like that, where that's now a strike for them, if I'm not mistaken. And Enrique is doing extremely good right now, so if he can keep this up, they can get their second out that they need. Throws the ball, and that's a foul ball. Nice job, Enrique. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. As long as they hit the ball where it's not only consistent, but where they make it to where Manatee Hurricanes think that they can actually hit the ball, but in reality, the ball is not too fast. Like, it's in that sweet range of being quick enough to where it passes the bat, and where they can't hit it, I believe that they can really strike out the Manatee Hurricanes. Like that, right there. Like that right there. Enrique's doing an extremely good job. That's a second strike, and 1 more strike, and he's out. All right, so Enrique gets ready to pitch the ball here, and like I said earlier, as long as he throws the ball like that, I think it's good. I think he can pull it off. Now they've got it. Now it's currently 2 balls and 2 strikes. So now if EJ throws the ball hard enough to where the person that's batting for Manatee Hurricanes, they can strike him out. Yup, and he's out. Unfortunately, actually, no, he's not. Never mind. I thought he was out. 3 balls. Hold on. And that hit. That's a hit. That's a hit. Wait. That's a foul ball. So now, I believe he gets 1 more shot at pitching because it was a foul ball. right, number 17 gets the bat one more time because it was a foul ball. So let's see what happens here. And unfortunately, now number 17 gets to go to the first base. And number 6 touches point, now making it 0 to 10. Now making it 0 to 10 as the third inning. All right, so number 4 pitches the ball. And honestly, if I even like to commentate on this and make a comment for myself, I think that right now, because we're in the third inning, and for those of you guys who are tuning in, it's currently the third inning. It's 0 to 9, 9 being the Manatee Hurricanes and the 0 being the Southeast Seminoles. I think if Enrique is able to pitch balls like that, where they're swinging fully and they're counting in these strikes, I seriously think that Southeast Seminoles can not only change the fields, but they can really turn the odds in their favor. And even though Southeast Seminoles doesn't have as big of a roster compared to Manatee Hurricanes, their skills make up a significant amount for it. Like that right there, for example, foul ball. And honestly, I even think if Enrique keeps pitching like this and is consistent, they're gonna hit somewhere where they're not only successful in striking somebody out, but they're gonna eventually get out of this pickle where they're not like that. And unfortunately, he hit him, however, so now number 10 goes in and everyone gets to change one base forward. So now it's currently 10 to nothing. I thought it was 11, but we're gonna go with 10 or nothing. I might be wrong. But now it's 10 to nothing, Manatee Hurricanes and Southeast Seminoles 0.
Next to that is Matt Fonseca.
And number 18, Matt Fonseca for Manatee Hurricanes will be batting for the Manatee Hurricanes. And number 4, as always, Enrique Parico will be pitching for the Southeast Seminoles, or also known as fielding. And like I said earlier, I think as long as Enrique has that mindset of where he can seriously pitch the ball, because like I said earlier, Southeast is in currently this situation where they're now in this where they can't rely on just throwing the ball necessarily, but where they have to make this belief in the batter, aka the person who's currently batting, think that he can actually strike out the ball, but in reality it's too fast and he wastes a strike. I think that if Enrique can really like maximize his speed and really throw it in that sweet range, I think he can hit it. I don't know if that's gonna hit. Wait. And that's an out. And that's an out. And stuff. Oh no, hold on. Oh no. Now it's 11 to nothing. And now currently it's 11 to nothing, unfortunately, because of that little mistake. However, they did get an out, so now it's 2 outs, and now it's 0 to 11 for the Manatee Hurricanes. Wow, what I'm shocked. And like I said though, as long as Enrique is able to start actually being able to like throw the ball like that to where they hit the ball and they're able to get these easy outs, I think that the Southeast Seminoles can really not only maximize their score, but they're able to like actually like get an advantage on the Manatee Hurricanes. Oh, unfortunately, that was not an out. And number 12 is still running, now making it, I think, 13 to nothing. Or, yeah, 13 to nothing because I saw 2 people, 17 and 3, and now, not 13, I apologize, 12 to nothing. I can't tell by this, but it's somewhere between 12 to 13. And now number 12 for the Manatee Hurricanes has made it into second base.
Now next to bat is number 8, Jaden Roberts.
And honestly, it's not even just, I don't even want to just talk about Enrique here that's just pitching the ball. I think the whole team in general has a strong structure and their team composition is really good. I think it's just that right now, Southeast is a little bit disadvantaged because of the roster. However, I think Southeast's skill makes up for the small amount of people in their team or in their roster per se. But I still think Enrique, if he keeps pitching like this, if he keeps throwing the balls like this, I really think that he could get a serious leverage on the Manatee Hurricanes. And for those of you that are just tuning in right now, currently it is 0 to 14. Manatee Hurricanes, 0 being the Southeast Seminoles, 14 being the Manatee Hurricanes. And number 4 will be pitching, also known as Enrique Pacheco.
Nothing, eat it. Out of it.
Number 4 pitches the ball, and that's successful. All right, so currently it is 0 to 14 once again for Southeast being 0 and 14. I'll say it again, 14 being Manatee Hurricanes, and that being mine, that is a foul ball as well. However, number 12 is now successfully making it to third point, eventually making it 0 to 15. All right, so, and like I said earlier, people, I think if Enrique is able to pitch the ball to where, because the problem is not that Southeast is not good or like their team is terrible. The problem is that they're in this situation where Southeast has to figure out how to throw the ball to where it's not like that, but to where they're hitting the ball in that sweet range, like I mentioned earlier. If they can find that sweet range, I really think the Southeast Seminoles can make an insane comeback here. And for those of you that are just coming back on in, currently now, from my understanding, we've got now 2 different people in 2 different bases, and now the coach for the Southeast Seminoles are going to be switching pitchers, Enrique now being out. And it seems like our new pitcher, from what it looks like, will be number 9. Number 9 will be the one that, I apologize, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, I was right. Number 9, Brian Herrera, will be pitching for the Southeast Seminoles. He is a player for the base 1 and base 3 and is also a senior. And like I said earlier, I think the problem with Southeast right now, it's not so much that it's the team or the team that they're going up against is the issue. It's that they're having this problem of finding the sweet range and just essentially giving out free points to Southeast, not Southeast, but Manatee, because they're not throwing it either hard enough or they're not throwing it at a difficult pace where the Manatee Hurricanes think that they can pitch it and bat it, but in reality, they actually can't. So I think that if the Manatee Hurricanes, like I always say, I think if not Manatee Hurricanes, but if the Southeast Seminoles can really pitch the ball and actually throw it hard enough at the Manatee Hurricanes, I really think, like I said, we can do this. I really think we can do this if the Southeast Seminoles can really find that sweet range of throwing the ball just hard enough like that, but a little bit harder, and finding that essentially that fastball a little bit, how Major League Baseball players do. If they can find that actual spot of being able to throw it perfectly, I think that the Southeast Seminoles can put up a fight against the Manatee Hurricanes. And also, I would like to once again shout out our coaches here, Bobby Dixon, who is our assistant coach, and Shed Stevens, who is our head coach for the varsity baseball roster for Southeast. We would love your support, and we thank you very much for supporting the Southeast Seminoles. We don't know what we would do without you. And thank you guys very much for your support. And also, guys, if you like our broadcast, if you guys like what we produce on here at Southeast Television, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Not only does it help the school out, but it helps us a lot. It helps us in our viewers, helps in our content, and helps us get the news and everything else spread around towards our videos. All right, number 9, and those of you turning in, Brian Herrera is the one that's going to be pitching, who is currently a senior and plays at base 1 and base 3. Number 9 will be getting ready to pitch. So right there, I would like to comment on that. Right there, number 9 pitched that, like that was almost like a perfect pitch. If he would have thrown it a little bit more to his right, I feel like he would have made the person that was batting for Manatee to actually strike out. He needs to find that sweet middle range, and I think that he can do it. Like that, foul ball right there. If he can keep that up, if Mr. Bryan can keep this momentum going, I really think that Southeast can actually slam the ballpark against Manatee. All right, so number 9 here. Mr. Bryan will be getting ready to throw the ball. And again, Bryan is getting consistent. He has that consistency that he needs. Again, he needs to find that literal sweet range of being able to like pitch it just hard enough to where the person that's batting thinks he can hit it, but in reality can't. He needs to find that fastball for him. He needs to find it. He needs to find it. He has a consistency. He just needs to find that right momentum. Like right there. And now number 1 here, a.k.a. Peyton Hova, will be moving on to the first base.
Next up is base number.
And number 6. Wait, I apologize, but I apologize for that, but here. I apologize. I can't tell for who will be batting for Manatee Hurricanes, but we will come back to that later. But like I said, if Mr. Bryan can seriously find that fastball or that curveball that they like to call it, I really feel like they can pull off something crazy here. Like Mr. Bryan, it has that speed that Enrique didn't have. He has it. He has that speed that they need. He needs to find that range, and he needs to find that sweet spot and position of where to actually throw it. And if he can do it, I think they can actually get, and when I mean they, I mean the Southeast Seminoles, I think that they can seriously get a good leverage on here. And like right there, like Mr. Bryan is finding that consistency right there. If he throws it like that, Southeast can really get that strong momentum that they need, that they really need. And right now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and they need 1 more out. And that's the 3rd ball, so literally, regardless of what happens, he's gonna get striked out. And like I said, Mr. Bryan has found that consistency. He just needs to throw the ball just like that. Like that right there, see? Just like that, where they're committing foul balls and where they think they can swing the ball and actually hit it, but in reality can't because of the curveball that Mr. Bryan found. If they can keep doing this, Mr. Bryan can give Southeast a strong leverage, not just for himself, but potentially even win the game. Like right there. Now currently making it 15-0 from the Manatee Hurricanes. And I still believe that the Southeast Seminoles could potentially win this, even if it might take a second to find that consistency. And like I said, as long as Mr. Enrique can find that level and that border of being able to throw the ball that fast, like that, if number 4 can throw the ball like that, or number 9, excuse me, if Mr. Bryan can throw the ball just like that, I really think he can pull this off for the Manatee Hurricanes, with the Southeast Seminoles, excuse me. And another ball right there. And like I said, Bryan is finding that consistency. It's not even just about Bryan here. I'd like to add on another comment. It's not even just that Bryan is finding that consistency, but it's just about messing with the batter's mind. If he can make the batter think that he can hit the ball like that, if Mr. Bryan can make the batter think he can hit the ball like that, they're going to be able to turn it over and get an out. If they can do that, the Southeast Seminoles will switch fields and they'll be batting. And the Manatee Hurricanes will be stuck on fielding if they can do this, and I believe they can. And like I said earlier, like if Mr. Bryan can get into the batter's head, I think he can really get that strike, that one strike that they need to bat him out. So now he has one more shot of striking out the person that is currently batting for the Manatee Hurricanes. And like I said, number 9, he just has to find it. He has to find it like that. And now that currently makes it 16-0 for the Manatee Hurricanes. And I believe now that actually makes the Southeast Seminoles actually switch positions here from fielding to batting, and the Manatee Hurricanes from batting to fielding. And like I said earlier, even if they didn't find that range, all it took for them was to get one good pitcher to actually throw the ball at that consistent rate. And look at what's happening now. Now they're getting that fielding that they need for their striking. And I believe that if the Southeast Seminoles can really cook something up here, if they can switch not just the way that they were pitching earlier, but if they can switch up their batting skills and hit just like Manatee, there's no doubt in mind that the Seminoles can actually pull off a major generational comeback that no one has ever seen before, not even in the big leagues. Okay, and just for those of you guys that are just tuning back on into the Southeast Television broadcast, currently we are 0-15, 15 being the Manatee Hurricanes and 0 being the Southeast Seminoles. However, the Southeast Seminoles has just successfully turned the fieldings over and now successfully made it to where the Southeast Seminoles can now bat. And currently who is batting is number 8, Daniel Martinez Jimenez. And I apologize again if I'm pronouncing the names wrong, but number 8, Daniel Martinez, successfully strikes out. Wait. Oh. However, that was an extremely good hit by number 8. However, the next person that will be coming in to the field will be number 2, Jaden Jimenez. Number 2, Jaden Jimenez will also be batting the ball for the Southeast Seminoles. Oh, and like I said earlier, if the Southeast Seminoles can find this range of batting good and pitching good, they can actually pull off this generational comeback or whip hard enough where they can really do this. And I believe in Mr. Jaden. Even his teammates believe in him. Oh. However, he's got 2 more shots. He's got 2 more shots at this. He's got 1 more. I apologize. Thank you. However, that is a ball, so now he successfully got given another chance. Carefully prepares himself. And nice catch on there. Nice catch on there, Mr. Jaden. I believe Jaden can really do this. He can do this. And Jaden, I think the problem is that the Manatee Hurricanes are throwing the ball way too low. They're throwing the ball too low, but they're also making it to where it's almost impossible to bat it. So they're making it harder to bat it increasingly, and they're also making it difficult to actually hit it. But unfortunately, number 2 gets striked out. But however, and once again, number 15, Franklin Rosa, will now be not striking, but batting for the Southeast Seminoles, who is currently a senior and everything else. Nice catch on there, number 17, or number 16, number 15, I apologize. All right, so Mr. Rosa just has to bat it. He just has to hit it once at a really good rate, and I think he can do it. Ooh. And like I said, the Manatee Hurricanes are throwing the ball at this low rate where it's harder to actually hit the ball, and they're having this game plan of where if they hit the ball, they kind of know where to actually catch it because they're throwing it so low. And again, I think Mr. Rosa can really give the Southeast Seminoles a field here. And the Southeast Seminoles will now unfortunately be switching fields. Southeast Seminoles will now be switching back to fielding, and the Manatee Hurricanes will be now back to batting. And for those of you that are just tuning back on in, the score currently is 15-0, 15 Hurricanes, 0 Southeast Seminoles. And we are currently in the 3rd inning, and now the Southeast Seminoles are now switching back to pitching. And unfortunately, that calls it wraps because of mercy rule based off of this. And the final score for this game will be 0-15 for the Manatee Hurricanes. And once again, guys, if you guys enjoy these broadcasts, if you guys enjoy these videos, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Not only does this help out for the Southeast television broadcast crew, but this will also help out our school, and you're also helping out spread the news. And once again, I'm your host, Xavier Asensio. Thank you guys very much for tuning in on this fantastic duel between the Southeast Seminoles and the Manatee Hurricanes, and I'll be catching you in the next one. See ya.
Are still available. Go get your selections.